Here's a funny one for you. Look at Marnie, he's just jumped up here to protect me. Marnie, was she nipping my hand, was she? Oh, you big soppy boy, you. Come on, it's okay. It's okay. Ah, don't land my rib like that. Ah, ha, ha. All right, just lay still. Let me show you what I was doing. Let me show you what I was doing. Let me show you what I was doing. Oh, you nasty, nasty dog, you. Oh, you nasty, nasty dog, you. Get off. Get off me. Get off me. Stop biting my hand. Ow. 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 Oh, okay, Marnie. Save me. Save me. Save me. Good boy. Ah, ha, ha. Ah, ha, ha. Ah, ha, ha. There you go. The boys are in play fight mode. Old lady's looking at them as if to say, are they being for real? What's going on? What's going on? Oh, that's what's going on. There you go, look. There's the open mouth to correct Hulkster. You're going to get told off in a minute, Hulkster. I'm watching her body language. Look, she's protecting her daughter. She's protecting her daughter. Lay the fuck down. Was I right about that? Right, I'm letting her put as much pressure as she wants on there. While she's in discipline mode. You want one of them? You want one of them, do you? You want one of them, do you? No, she won't have no threat of violence around her daughter. You want one of them? Shall I smack her? Shall I smack her? Shall I? Naughty, naughty Willow. Yes, naughty human. Don't hit my daughter. Don't. Oh, look at the blood. Look at the blood in the... Yeah, and I'm sure if I jumped on her daughter, she would probably bite me. Properly. Not play bite. Yeah, because that's how dogs do things. Correct? Wait. Hey. Look at her watching me. Hey, naughty girl. Oh, smack your bum. And a sigh. He's playing. He's teasing me. Shall I smack Marnie's bum instead? Shall I smack Hulkster's bum? And there's the pack dynamics, okay? And Marnie, because he's so loving and he's so territorial as Boss Dog, he's got to step in between me and Lola, sorry, when he sees Lola gnawing on me. Even playfully, he comes over to protect me. from the bitch. Do you want me to get her? Do you want me to give her a good old scene too? And he'll do that by jumping on her back. Like boys do. You know what I mean? Yeah, anyway. The messages were toing and froing, and it's turned into a drama now. Just to kill the mood of the happiness. And it's like, well, can't you take your son out for the day and come and join us in a McDonald's with the other grandson? No. No, he's got to pick on something else because I'm sorting out the grandkids. So, because I'm focusing on one of the other ones, he's thinking, oh, well, that means there's going to be less money for us. Oh, oh. Oh, jealous children. They're getting more than me. They're getting more than my kids do. No, they fucking ain't. I've already got one of them thinking he gets pushed to one side because of all the dramas that one creates. You know what I mean? Are we making heartbeat noise? Am I patting your belly and it's making your tail move, Marnie, which means it's a fart, isn't it, you've just released? Oh, here we go. Here we go with the dog farts. Oh, you're not having it either, eh, Willow? Because you don't have to stinker. Hasn't hit me yet. Oh dear. So he's not popping up quickly. So why have I got my camera on then? Fucking idiot. Here's a pouch of tobacco. Na, 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 na. Do you know what I mean? Same teasing. Yes, and I know they want you to go here, there. Because they've already told me in advance, haven't they, as they decide whether it goes to court. Right, now I've just turned the camera off and I know that's a car door slamming outside the front of the building as soon as I turned it off. Right. Which triggered the dogs alert because the camera wasn't on. Right. Where's my orders on Amazon? And then I'll turn the camera back on. Arriving today by 10 p.m. Arriving today by 10 p.m. Keep still. Arriving today by 8 p.m. Yay, my Hatchet shirt. Hatchet t-shirt. And where's my other one? Arriving today by 8 p.m. Right, cool.
my walking stick, my t-shirt, my cappuccino cups and saucers, and the replacement smartphone that's not going to be a smartphone. Right, shut all windows, open up camera again, because I'm recording a video, aren't I? There you go, camera back on. Right, so all deliveries after I see the grandkids. So as soon as my deliveries are in, if I've got time to go out, I will go out. But I will see what the pain levels are going to be during the day first, because they're not starting off too good, are they, after yesterday's bike ride. Lee's knees completely clicking and locking without the knee support on. Right, you've already seen that this morning. Rib issue still. It's not as bad as yesterday. Telescopic whatever it was, psychopathy or something like that. Telescopic psychopathy. Thomas Sheridan. So I'll have a listen to that one. What are you doing? Are you waiting for your dinner? Are you waiting for your dinner, little lady? What are you doing down there, eating crumbs that are smothered in dog food? Look at you, searching for morsels on the floor. Is that a cigarette butt down there? Might have come out of my pocket when I was washing my stuff. Ah! That's what I was looking at. Come here. Come here. You want to go back in your crate? Me? Is you a hungry girl? Are you? I'm going to get up soon and make a nice big bucket of kibbles and tripe for you. Would you eat a whole bowl of that? Oh, yes, you would. All in one go. You wouldn't pick at it all day. You'd eat it all in one go, and then it's all out your system before tonight. Oh, is that what you're waiting for, little lady? Is it? Oh, you're waiting for your dinner. All right. It's not late, is it? We always feed you by lunchtime, so okay. Got a hair in your mouth, have you? From licking that stuff up off the floor? Silly girl. Oh, flick your ear. Flick it. Oh, flick it. Oh, flick it. Look at you, you beautiful girl. Nothing dangerous about you at all, is there? No. Total lies. And that's my final word on that. You know. Well, what would a court think? Well, I don't know how they'd think. Same as they don't know how I'd think. Unless they watched the videos that I put online, would they? So, let me just roll up. Second one of the day. Oh, is that my grandad's sweets for on a bus? me spearmint polos. Oh dear. I don't even fancy a one skin this morning. Can if I want to, but I don't really fancy it this morning. I'm going to go with the Nefapam approach today because I need the heavier meds. The pain levels are like that, so really, you know, they're covering the arthritis and everything. And unfortunately, the private medication, herbal medication, isn't strong enough at the moment, so it's just wasting my money taking it. If you see my point, I just dropped the fucking filter on the floor. I'm not hunting under the bed for a filter. Stretching my rib further. So I didn't need to go to prison this time in a setup to get a fucking cracked or bruised rib, did I? No. It was done before they imprisoned me this time. Hence, what's happening. So, Mr. Blue-Eyed Ginger Man, trying to twist my words yesterday and accuse me of racism and all sorts. Fuck him. He's only trying to profit for the government from a situation between dogs, not humans. He's trying to profit for the government so they can make out of this situation. Right, because it's all about money and stealing taxes, either in fines or whatever. And I won't even be paying a fine because the dogs have done nothing wrong. The dog that was involved in disciplining the other dog was doing what dogs do naturally. End of subject. And it will be the end of subject if they keep on with their nonsense, won't it? Because that's what it's designed to do. Keep putting pressure on, keep putting pressure on. Hope something happens to his health so we don't have to get our hands dirty doing that. So we're trying to pressure him into taking his own life. We try and get others to do our bidding for us, when really it's all coming from the illegitimate one that lost his crown. And his actors in Parliament. Using his subjects and then therefore their subjects to do said bidding. Because it is a conspiracy, isn't it? And someone has traced it all the way up as far as it goes. And unfortunately, in such country matters, the reason why the royals used to get their heads chopped off was because they chopped other people's heads off for said tree son. Because that's what they accused them of, being against that family tree. Do you see how the use of language works now? Which is why there's such a debate over the Magna Carta. Because they claim, now the politicians, to try and take its power away through their legal trickery, because most of them are all trained lawyers or investors or whatever, aren't they? But Tony Blair was a barrister. Sherry Bear was a barrister. All the rich know the legal ins and outs of everything if they're not barristers themselves or whatever, you know what I mean, or QCs or whatever. So it's all intertwined, if you see what I mean. But they all live off of that same system, which revolves around a certain family tree of the Germans. And the only reason they claim they hold that is because they are a vassal ruler, governor of Rome's. And they rule under consent from Rome through the religion as the Romans changed uniforms from battle wear into clergy wear, because it's easier to control people through religion than it is through invading them and conquering them. They conquer their minds instead. Far less effortless, isn't it? But what do I know? These are my personal observations of working out how history was. Because it's always written by the victor anyway, isn't it? So you never know the truth. What you can do is have faith in something. And if in the end it all turns out to be hocus pocus stuff, then by keeping your thinking down to what created all life, you're not being distracted by a middleman, someone pushing it. You've learnt that knowledge from reading a book and not being swayed. So no one's telling you how it must be done, because that's their interpretation of their reading of the same book. Yeah. So it's a personal thing, not for anybody else to be involved in. Otherwise, everyone would be prophets, wouldn't they? Do you see what I'm saying now? So what happens when there are no profits and you're left to face your creator when your life's done? Do you say, well, I did it that way because they told me to, that's what they taught me? Or do you say, well, it's like I can hear a lot of mumbling coming through the hall here at the moment, and I've only played a couple of tracks while I've been making a video, as you've seen. Right, but there's a lot of mumbling coming through my bedroom wall at the moment from next door. And I had the volume turned right down last night because I was awake till about 2 o'clock, and I woke up at 3 o'clock. Sorry, I woke up at 5 o'clock. Because someone was doing a bit of teasing yesterday. Oh, I'll see you soon. Oh, right, okay. I'll wait up for you then. No show. And today caused an issue to get me to go over there. Yeah. Remember, I got the stupidness with the police. I'm supposed to be in control of my dogs. My dogs shouldn't be at home on their own while I'm being run here, there and everywhere in pain, should they? No, I should be getting on with my washing, sorting my house out, instead of running round for fit young people. Right. So there you go. That's what's actually going on in my life. There's nothing illegal going on. Right, meds time. Yes, I've got breakfast this morning. One Nefapam. That's the end of that first strip. All taken correctly. But at some points of it, I've been able to take up the slack with private medication. But due to the forced orders I had to comply with yesterday, or face arrest, I kept my word to said policeman and was there on time. Under protest, in serious pain, heavily medicated, while the guy took the piss out of me. And it was all filmed, how I responded to that. But I did it in a polite, courteous way, with my use of language very carefully measured. Right, Nefapam. Where's my Cyclopram for the depression? There it is. Safely away from the children and the dogs. And when my children are up here, or my grandchildren are up here, my medication goes out of children's reach. Yeah, that still tastes okay. It's been cold in the bedroom overnight, and there's only been me in here, and I've got condensation on all the windows and no heating on, because I'm not ready to open my windows yet until I go in the garden to hang my washing on the line, because it's a nice sunny day. I know what I've got to be doing at what times. That one nearly got stuck in my throat, which means my throat is not in a good way emphysema wise, because it blocks all your air passages and throat, doesn't it? So that's why the emphysema globules have been popping up. Larger than they should be, which is why I spit the first one out in the morning in the ashtray before I clean the ashtray out, so I can look at it and see if it's normalish looking small globules or larger globules that come out from the emphysema. And at the moment they're pretty large globules, which is not concerning for me, but when I was having the stethoscope thing on my lung, he was focusing right at the bottom of the left lung 2 or 3 times just to check something that he was hearing down in that lung. And I'm getting pain from the bruised rib on the other lung, so yeah, it left me yesterday in a lot of pain. I was riding the bike a lot slower than I would normally ride it, because I just couldn't put any more effort into it. Because of the pain levels. But I was having to go through the pain levels to get what I needed to get done and get home safely. Sticking mainly to the pavement because I was heavily medicated and didn't want to be wobbling on my bike in the road in traffic. It's easy being on the pavement, isn't it? In a medicated state, on a mobility scooter or a bike. You know, if you accidentally wobble near someone or something, you've got brakes, you can stop straight away. Probably falling off the damn bike in the process, but you know, at least you're attempting to keep the public safe while you're in that state, which I've had to explain to the police before when they were staring at me riding down a hill on the pavement on my bike. So I pulled up beside the car with the policewoman in it. I said, I noticed you was looking at me, so I thought I'd come and explain myself, because you saw me riding my bike on the pavement. Currently I'm medicated on my way to get my shopping, so I'm not fit to ride safely on the road with traffic, but I am aware at the speed I'm moving of everything around me, including pedestrians, and I go out of my way to avoid pedestrians, giving them a wide berth. That's okay, she said. And I thought, phew, she's tidy. You know, sort of sort of lady that'd end up in the back of your car if you had a car, you know what I mean? That sort of tidy, the ones you'd make an effort for, but it was a policewoman, so no. You wouldn't want one of them in your life, would you? Living my kind of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Wouldn't be wise, would it? Or appropriate. But shit like that does happen in life, doesn't it? Relationships with police women or prison officers and stuff like that. It's like a sciatic nerve issue. Well, bathroom window's got mate, I just need that with my hurting knee. No dots. Can't see the dots because she's snuggled it all up to one side. So, can't tell. But I'll make their beds in a minute. How's the condensation levels here? Okay. Because the sun, I can feel the heat coming through the blinds already. So that's cool. Haven't been in here, have I? Haven't been playing PlayStation. It's all turned off. Tea towels for the dog towel on there. All clean. So clean tea towels. Clean hallway. Right, so I've got washing up to do today. That's ready to go out. Yeah, knocking things over, so need that second coffee. Scoop number 3. That's me 3 scoops for the day, and no caffeine after 12 o'clock today. Temperature's a little bit chilly in the kitchen today. Shall I have some caramel dessert thing in there today? They can go in the bin before the dogs catch wind of them. That's going in the wash anyway next, so let's wipe me greasy sticky fingers on that. Oh, did I move something? Did I move something? It's that day today. Meat weekend. So I've got to go and get another couple for tomorrow. They get half a tin each, mixed in with their kibbles. And that's what they're waiting for. But I've got to go and do something, haven't I? Right, now, you saw how I'm doing the electric bill thing, so I'm sending a new meter reading. Sorry, I'm trying to get the angle right because I'm standing in my boxes. You know, I don't want reflections in the mirrors. Right. I left the light on. Yeah, emphysema globules. Right, so scoop number 3. It's getting a bit low. Which means it's time to go to the shop soon. Yeah, who's this? Am I free now? Not really. I'm still in my box. Hang on, let me reply to that. Yeah, it's 3 hours ahead of what I was told. 2 hours ahead. Not really, just getting coffee. Down neck. Then go. Get money out. Why ring me? I'm just doing it. The tablet will start ringing as well in a minute. There you go. And it's her. I've just answered you. Thank you for hanging up. I'm in the middle of recording a video. I'm stumbling about in my boxer shorts still, for fuck's sake. I even said to the copper yesterday, I can't do anything before 11 o'clock because I have to sort my dogs out, wake up, take me meds. So I was telling the truth there, wasn't I? I just happen to record videos at the same time while I'm doing that. So I'm documenting my disabled life, aren't I? Like I've always said I'm doing. I'm not filming people, I'm documenting my life for when it's over. So if people want to censor my life, feel free to. Because you're just denying the truth, aren't you? You listen to that music, you listen. We can't have people remembering you for listening to that. What? What's she got to do with you? No, I'm not stealing their property. I'm just documenting the fact that I've listened to it and appreciated their artwork. And I'm promoting it by saying that I listened to it. So I'm actually making them money, aren't I? And making YouTube's advertisers money for them, aren't I? Stupid fools. Right, 1, 2, 3. 3 sweeteners in that one. Just pop that down on there for a minute while I open the sauce stuff up, the caramel stuff. Ouch, that hurt my knuckle. I'm doing that to get to the little sealy cap underneath it. That is always a picky fucking finger fiddly stuff for people like me. So get the fucking knife in it. Rip it off. Done. Ooh, that smells nice. Very strong smell of caramel. Let's have a couple of teaspoonfuls of that in there. 1, 2. Remember, less sweeteners because it's syrup based. Let's get that good old stir in so it mixes up and melts into the coffee. It's supposed to sit on the cream, remember. So let's get it in the liquid, boil down the thing in hot water. Hello Willow, have you come out to check to see if I've got any further with the dinner yet? Can't taste the caramel very much. Just trying to get the measurements right. Try a 1/3 scoop in there, 1/3 teaspoon, till I get the strength of it correct for the taste. Because it's supposed to taste of caramel, isn't it? Not hint of caramel. And that's the one. So 3 teaspoons of that. And it's usually 6 sweeteners or 4 actual teaspoons of sugar in a cup that size because it's a pint. Right, that's my caramel coffee. Then these two, the 2 girls, are going in the crates. Just while I nip and get things sorted out. Right, let's have a look at the reply. Okay, alright, cool. But instead it's right in the middle of my fucking screen now. Very clear all. Cool. Right, Hulkster, keep fucking still. Oh, that is very nice. Yeah, I could do that instead of buying caramel lattes and just stick to the Java instead of double boosting it. Java with a caramel latte sachet in it. That's a better way of doing it, cheaper. Hey Hulkster, are you close enough? Lola girlie, are you close enough? I'm going to pop and get a couple more tins for tomorrow and then I don't have to go out again, do I? That way, tomorrow I can sit and do something different tomorrow. Let's have a look what the weather's going to do for the day. Because I want my washing on the line. Yeah, that was the lady that was on the phone the last time the police came to my house to try and section me. Do you know what I mean? I was talking to my grandson at the time. Fucking ridiculous. Those were the ones Margaret sent to my house. Because she's such a lovely lady. Claiming a neighbourhood dispute. And the neighbourhood dispute had already been settled by the judge, so she was trying to get muscling in on the manipulating the legal side of it. Just like I said. And that's the one that keeps leaving the gate open to tempt the dogs to jump over her back fence, so I replace her back fence for her. Manipulation, because she can't, and she won't, buy her own fence. She wants other people to spend on her while she sits there and gambles her money away. Ridiculous. So no, you're getting left till last if you live that long. Basically, you can do your little setups, use your friends to do your little setups for you, because it's not working. The dogs aren't being tempted. Hang on a minute. Where's cookies? Cloud Radar Europe? What the fuck? That's changed. What the hell's happened there? That's not what I fucking pressed, is it? Enable all. Radar and satellite observations, previous 2 hours. NGB continue selected layer. Sat24.com. Oh, well, that's completely different now. You can't just go on there and check the lightning indicator and all that sort of stuff. Now it's all you got to log into it. Well, that's what the weather's going to be doing, cloud layer anyway, isn't it? Weather coming down from the north. Odd showers moving towards my location. If that's the rain. Because that's the radar one, isn't it? Now I've got to work out the fuck. Oh, there's the energy bolt. Let's click on that one. See if that means lightning indicator. Anything changed? Yes? No? Does it take you to a different fucking one? Oh yes it does, because I'm seeing all the colour changes there and lightning indicators going off there. So, odd showers coming down from the northeast. Later. But that's why the temperature's changed, because it's coming down on a norwesterly wind. Right, earthquakes. Any earthquakes happened to the UK yesterday as well? No change on the BGS. And what's that? That's a 3 magnitudes worth of energy hit Scotland on the way to Iceland on the 6th and 7th, which is outside of what we know's coming through the UK currently. So doesn't matter if the BGS are late putting in data or whatever, because it's all about control of information, isn't it? Yeah. Right. Any football on today? Let's have a look. G. Let's go up to goal. Portugal and Belgium. Disable your ad blocker. Oh, look, everyone wants me to disable the ad blocker just to look on the fucking thingy. Continue without supporting us. Live scores. Any matches on today? Disable your ad blocker again. Continue without supporting us. I have ad block on there because I don't want fucking pop-ups when I'm trying to read something on the screen. There's enough pop-ups that you have to keep an eye on anyway, isn't there? England League One. Well, no idea if England were playing because I'm simply not fucking interested. League Two. England Women's Super League. Europa. European Championship qualifiers. Ukraine, Northern Macedonia, Northern Ireland, San Marino, Bulgaria, Lithuania, Slovenia, Finland, Denmark, Kazakhstan, Hungary, Serbia, Italy, Malta. World Friendlies. Côte d'Ivoire v Morocco, United States versus Germany. Oh dear. What was on yesterday's then? Let's go on yesterday's results. Just, here we go. Disable your ad blocker. No, continue without supporting us. So there was football on last night then. Estonia 0, Azerbaijan 2, Austria 2, Belgium 3, Iceland 1, Luxembourg 1, Liechtenstein 0, Bosnia 2, Netherlands 1, France 2, Portugal 3, Slovakia 2, Republic of Ireland 0, Greece 2. World Friendlies underneath that. Just looking down to see if England pop up on that list anywhere, just to see if there was a game going on. Yes, there was. England 1, Australia 0. And that was a world friendly. Right, Sunday. Since we're on the European ones, just coming up to an hour, so on the video time. Hang on. Friday 13th of October, 14th today, Sunday, the 15th of October. Oh, Women's Super League. I thought, where can there be fucking football on when there's internationals on? Because it's the international break. Only the female football is going on. So the Rainbow Brigade will be out cheering on their teams. European qualifiers. Yeah. Israel's part of Europe now, apparently. They're in the European Football League. Not the Asian and Middle East League, like all the other teams around them in that area. Just saying, wide exception. Because it's all about business, isn't it? And banking business. By Israel's true rulers, the ones behind Netanyahu. And that would be the Rothschild banking family and the other banking families they probably brought in to run it with them, because it's one big tax funneling scam. Taxes in the way of military hardware, blah blah blah. That's right, no England match on Sunday or nothing either. Right. Let's go YouTube. I've had enough of Facebook for a minute while I drink my coffee. Let's see what video creators have been posting this morning. Thoughts and prayers written on the side of a dustbin, a dust cart. Let's have a bit of sensible looking at the world through an anarchist eyes, an Irish anarchist eyes.
Yeah. You're managing to fuck.
Ad blockers are not allowed on YouTube. Fuck off. Gonna get this pop up all the friggin' time now, aren't we? Which is actually interfering with playing and enjoying of a free service that they claim would be free. And it's not.
The world is completely insane at the moment. Now, today's video will be a long one coming down. Now, back in the Victorian
I will
era,
be moving all my videos in the next 30 days for the timeline that Google Play have given me about backed up information through
in London or in any large
communication
city,
apps.
the high polite, the aristocrats,
That's what
the intellectual
Play
classes,
Store has
cafe
told
society,
me in a
were
message.
more concerned about the plight
So you got
of people
about
overseas
25 days-ish left now to put all your settings to private
in the East End of London in Victorian times.
on your
And then you would
YouTube
have
channel.
all the intellectuals and all the do-gooders and all the members of the clergy.
I'd advise
worried about the
people
blacks
to
in
shut
Africa,
down their
this kind of thing. Now, I
there's
grew up in
an
Ireland,
option
and
to
back in
download
Ireland,
your
the
photos
70s, we
and
were quite poor. We didn't have
videos
much
from
money.
YouTube
Poverty and
to
this
your
was-
files.
It was a a poor country.
Deactivate your
relatively speaking, in
Facebook
European terms,
account,
not in, like, world terms, but
leave
still.
it 7
There
days,
was lots that should have been improved.
open up a
and
new
it
account in
seemed
your
to me there were
name,
non-stop collections for black
and then
ladies in
re-add your
Africa.
photos and videos,
Care, concern,
but set them to private.
all these other like grifts that were designed to like get you to feel bad about
Right.
people overseas, so you wouldn't actually know.
They store metadata
or your own, your own
to use against the person at a future date in time. So be aware of that.
The poor people in Africa thing. So you'll be happy with your lot in life.
If you want to protect your
That came
family's
with
photos and all
big
that sort of
Live
stuff,
Aid in the 1980s,
because they're trying to,
where basically,
take
some
away
of
your
these-
memories
I love the Smiths as they refused to do it because they said there's huge
by
problems
shutting
in
you
England,
down,
huge poverty in England, and why do you actually
which is the same as
worry about,
what?
Ethiopia?
Brainwashing
It's up to
someone,
Ethiopia to look after
claiming
itself. Now,
that
you can understand in
that
a
didn't
situation
happen or
where
that wasn't said.
there was a crisis.
Brainwashing and
and
controlling information. Very
something like a natural
dangerous
disaster. It's
thing
up to
coming.
governments to actually look after these, to do this, not up to people. The people are expected to pay for weapons, but they're not the government will also expect them to pay for charity overseas so that the politicians can give themselves awards. and celebrities can have a hooligan and do that, you know. And we live in an age now where telescopic philanthropy has now become telescopic psychopathy.
That's the word I was
So,
using.
not so
Get
much
out earlier.
in daily life, I've seen very little of it. But within the sort of like the social media, digital gin sphere,
Yeah.
I'm seeing this massive like hysteria over what's happening in the Middle East right
He's
now.
reading it
And all the
correctly.
usual types that you expect come out on both sides, but the ones on the pro-Palestinian side tend to be particularly gruesome. They love posting heads of babies with their brains hanging out and stuff like that because of
There
the
you
gin
go.
infection.
Yep.
And it also fires up their hatred of
Correct.
Jews and stuff. And the ones on the other side don't seem to understand that there's innocent, I'm not saying they're all like that in general, that there are going to be innocent Palestinians, you know, sucked up in this. So you have a situation where what happened last Saturday was absolutely barbaric and craven beyond words, with the Hamas attack.
If
But that
it's
doesn't
as
justify
it's portrayed on the
Netanyahu
media.
cleaning out Gaza, you know, of 1 million and casting 1 million people into the desert in the Sinai. That doesn't just justify that either. And you know, there's all kinds of agendas at work here.
If I
And you
took
know,
the same approach as
while we
Israel
have compassion for
against the
innocent victims
conspiracy
on both sides,
and cleared out the whole
we can't
village
allow ourselves to be taken in
of
by it
everyone
because it is a
involved in the
massive
conspiracy,
energy harvesting
I would be
ritual.
accused of being a
know the
Nazi,
way-
wouldn't I?
We talk about this since 2020. This is a time of the test. Okay?
But something
You're
has
gonna
to be
test
done
to sit-
to
you know, Christian
stop
Morris speaks
what's
about this in
going on
terms of
because it
needlecraft.
start
The
happening
test
to other people
and
they
a
don't
test
like in the
in
area,
2021
and any
was
foreigners
to
that
get
get
the
moved
needlecraft or
into
not.
the area, or
You
any
either passed that
immigrants that
test by not
know.
getting it, or you failed that test by getting it.
you see
Then
what
the
I'm
second
saying?
one was the Ukraine situation.
Right.
You either passed that test by ignoring it, or you failed that
And
test
the
by putting
Ukraine
the
weapons are
Ukrainian flag
turning up in
outside your
Gaza,
window
aren't
or a
they?
profile pickup on your wall. Now the
How
test
did the
is
Ukrainians get them
to
to
get
Gaza?
you pass it
Because the Americans sold them to a corrupt
to
government,
any
knowing that
visceral
they
or
would
hateful
end
degree,
up on the black
whether that
market
compassion for all the victims
and be sold
with the Middle
to,
East thing,
as they say,
or you passed it by just saying, look,
terrorists.
I feel bad for the innocent people, it's not my business, I'm not involved, nothing to do with me.
Right. There you
Now,
go. That's why I don't have
unfortunately,
nothing to
because
do
of
with it, and I'll take
Abraham
the same attitude as this
we are
guy.
kind
It's
of,
nothing to do
our
with me.
societies, through
Don't
Christians
fucking
and
infect my
Muslims
life with
particularly,
it.
are glued to that part.
Don't bombard me with it.
So this is why you have a situation now where the
Got
streets
one
of London
straight
and
on the
Paris
list
and
under
other
there,
European cities,
live.
including Dublin, are more like the
Gaza
West Bank
war,
now
Israel,
than the last few
Gaza
days
war.
than they are like
No, it should say Israel,
British, French, or
Gaza
Irish
genocide
citizens going on
because
everywhere.
of what they're doing.
Now to see the Irish politicians like screaming, like the left-wing politician types, like you can really see now how mentally ill the likes of
Facade.
Boyd Barrett and Paul
Remember?
Murphy. I think these fellas are turned on by the
Corruption.
whole thing. I really do. I think they're turned on
And
by it.
treatment of
To
the
see how
souls
mentally ill those
in that
people
area.
are. If Irish people can't see how mentally ill the left in this country is after last week, they never will.
Yep.
They never will. And to see
And that's
Jim
why
Fitzpatrick,
anarchists
the
say
artist, the
left
album
wing,
covers, the
right
artwork for
wing,
like
you
Tim
can
Lizzy covers,
stuff the lot. Keep
you know,
your petty
openly supporting
prejudice.
Hamas.
I don't see the point.
You know,
Anarchy
when
and
you should
freedom
be,
is what
you know, what's wrong with Ireland? Why should? Because he thinks it's like a thing. He thinks it's a racial thing. And there's a guy who, like, same guy who you know,
is a three-syllable word, isn't it?
Smoking psychopath. This is the left.
It means
They have no sense
survival
of irony. This is why they can't meme. And the right on the other side have this whole thing of like, you know,
which
well,
is
we've got to
the
support
law.
Israel because they'll get rid of
By
we'll
two.
get, you know, Jesus coming back. This kind of thing, you know. All the American Zionists are all hoping that this is the Book of Revelations. They're all so stupid because the Book of Revelations was meant to happen.
Two of each seed.
St. John's letter to the, you know, letters back in.
Two of each
Not
species.
long after the time of Jesus Christ. It wasn't supposed to happen now. It's already happened. The B666 is the Emperor Nero, and you know, I failed the test for the first few days last week. After the Hamas attack on those kids I got a bit too tied up in it. I pulled back from it now, but I'm angry at myself for that.
Yeah.
But at the
Because you
same time, I'm
slipped and you
human.
looked
But
and you got
now
affected by
I
it.
see what's
Yeah, I
happening
did
in
the
Gaza,
slip.
and I'm saying, oh, come
I
on,
looked
you can't be
and I
you
thought,
can't be doing that
nah,
either.
nah.
This kind of thing.
Not having it.
So the best thing to do is to not get involved, but to observe.
Focus on what's around
To
me.
observe
Those that
everything.
I
You
love.
must observe
Keep
everything.
it
Now,
focused on love.
what we're experiencing is happening on a psyche level. Always remember that. It's always the battle is always in here
Yeah,
before
in
as
your
much
mind.
as it is out
Quite
there.
agree.
And you know the Western political system is completely it just doesn't exist. I was talking to a chap from America last week, and I get the impression that all the Western nations are rudderless
Have we got a
ships.
state of peace and love
The
in here?
governments
Look?
don't know what they're doing. No one's in charge. They've all
She's in
become
charge.
so. All the Western
He's in charge.
democracies, the
But
politicians
ultimately,
and the civil
I'm in
servants and the
charge as
bureaucrats
pack leader.
have all become so dependent on
And I let
what
the dogs
they're
know that.
told to do and think by the transnational bodies and like the likes of the World Economic Forum and the Council of Foreign Nations and the Trilateral Commission,
I've
the
been
UN,
smoking happily.
EU, and so on, that they're no longer able to think for themselves.
Smoking kills, doesn't it?
They're no longer
So
able
does a
to actually
penis.
think for themselves, and so therefore
Kills them
they
with
go
kindness.
with what they think they should do, or what they would think that their masters, what would make Klaus Schwab happy. That's what they do. This is what they like. As a result,
That is a
everything's an absolute
smoking
mess.
gun, is it not?
And there's no protection of their own
It fires
country. Like I was
bullets
thinking the other day, the best thing that
into a
probably
target,
happened
does it not?
would be for it to kick off up north. With
So
Protestant,
Press saying use your
loyalist
prick like a gun
paramilitaries
is right.
tooling up. That would actually force the Irish political establishment
You don't
to
go in the
realise
army and be
that
taught
they're
to
supposed be
steal,
working
fuck,
for this
and
country,
slaughter.
in this country, and not, paying luxurious free holidays.
Never
to
pay the
people from
price.
Ukraine. Welfare tours in every sense. The Ukrainians that are in Ireland, every single last one of them is a welfare tourist unless they have a job, without exception. The videos coming out of Ukraine are ridiculous. The nightclub scene in Kiev is thriving. The beaches and the holiday resorts are all thriving. It's party time like mad over there.
I'll be opening the
And where are they
windows to
getting
let
the
all
money
the
from?
tobacco smoke out
Us.
to protect the dogs.
Well, I'm not getting it from us. Our governments are taking it off and
If
giving
they
it
don't
to them.
like it, they're free to
And
get up
if you
and
still
move
believe
away
the
from the
whole
smoke if it's
Ukraine
bothering
thing
them.
by this stage, you deserve to be ripped off. You're a beyond simpleton.
There you go.
The Ukraine thing, and this could be another reason for the Middle Eastern thing, is that they're trying to distract from the fact that Russia won. Russia won the Ukraine war. They won it in the first 12 days. Ever since then, it's just been Zelensky and the West forcing Ukrainian troops into the meat grinder of eastern Ukraine. That's all it's been. That's all it's been. The Russians won that battle. They even declared the states and put set up governments and everything in them in those regions. A long time ago now, over a year ago. It's over. They lost the Ukraine war. The Western Ukraine lost, and Russia won. And this is a way of distracting from that too. They get the sheeple all to go. And the good old Middle East thing, the good old, and then it also distracts from the fact that all the needlecraft deaths as well just point them in the direction of the
Right,
Middle
I'm
East,
listening
the
to it,
Eastern-
not watching it, yeah?
the Eastern Mediterranean.
Reacting
No.
to it, interacting with it.
The
No copyright infringement.
You can't blame the average Israeli person for what Netanyahu does anymore.
If
You
he's
can
got a
blame the average
problem,
Irish person for what
he will
Barack
copyright
does,
strike
the
me for it.
American person for what Biden does, or the average British person what Sunak does, or French person Macron, and so on. So you can't blame the average Palestinian for what Hamas does. You have to maintain
I will add
neutrality.
that when this
I know
guy
it's
is
difficult.
live,
I've had my failings too.
I don't get the
But
live
you've got to maintain it. You've got to
alerts.
pull back. This
Always
is a
get an alert
gigantic
after he's
energy
finished
harbor.
live.
Whatever entity runs this
And
world,
then it comes up
whether,
as live
the
chat
names we've
replay has
given
been
lately,
turned off for
like
this video.
during the pandemic, I kept thinking of Azathoth.
Right? So YouTube are doing
and now
that to
I'm
make
thinking
sure
of King
his
Yellow.
anarchist views
And you have the Qurans on babblers everywhere.
aren't
I
getting
mean, also at
out.
the moment, it's
So
Qurans
you
on
have to
Quranic
search
Act like you would not believe.
or be
And the
subscribed
balloting
to
is
see if I'm
unbelievable.
telling the truth on that as
And
well.
like some guy the other day, like this is the
Right, so I'm
attitude.
pointing
He
out
posted
by
a picture
interrupting
of the Middle East, said Palestine,
and
and he
talking
goes, "There's your proof. That
myself,
country has always been there." And I said,
while a
"No,
fellow
that's not
anarchist
true at
in
all. There's
another
never been a
country
nation called
is
Palestine. There was the
resonating with
Palestinian
me.
Caliphate under the Ottomans, and it was also the
Very,
Palestinian
very well
Mandate
educated man.
under the British. But neither one were nations; they were just names
More
of
so
regions.
than I am.
And the first thing he starts coming out with all this stuff, accusing me of being like a, a
An
Zionist
artist
and
and an
having
author.
sex with rabbis and stuff like that. He just went from, and he didn't even check. It's like a typical. He didn't even check. And he says to me, "You were aware the state of Israel never existed before 1948." And I said, "Of course I'm aware of that." Like they think it's a big. This is what happens when you have
So
people
it could be an
with
Irish
education
traveller come out
and
to me
truthers.
outside a
All
police station, couldn't it?
every single truther is of extremely poor
Yeah,
education.
but he wasn't.
That they just this is why they believe the last meme they saw or the last
That
story
was
fact they heard.
another
And I think
actor.
the best thing I saw of this week was written by Naomi Wolf on her Substack page,
Right.
where she spoke about
Man wasn't being
you just
recorded.
can't get involved. And that's
So
a very
I can't
big deal for
prove
her
that
being Jewish and
to
everything.
you.
She
You'll
just
have to
can't.
take my
She
word
says this
for it.
whole thing of the othering of people, that as soon as you start othering, you've dehumanized people and you're able to
Right.
destroy them.
I clearly said
And
IRA, dirty
and
protest.
this is what they want. And now, whatever this entity is in the Middle East, whether it's using the names Azatoth at one time.
No security
or-
check as I went in the
Now
police station.
I'm kind of comfortable now with the King in Yellow. It's funny. I was just talking there this morning about I found some
After the
pictures
bloke,
of the Irish
as he
police
walked away,
dancing
said, "I get it
Jerusalem
now."
in yellow and blue. Now it's all coming into focus, isn't it? This is why we observe the meat golems.
You're doing
This is why we
something
observe
before
the
it happens.
Renfields. This is why we watch the psychic weather. The behaviour of the profane
That's right. I'm
is a
warning them of
remarkable.
the death
Gives us
that's
the
coming.
lexicon to survive the
It'll be death
the
or
gaslighting.
death. If
So
it's
now we
allowed to
have an
stand
esoteric framework, an
this
esoteric
corrupt
lexicon.
attack on me and my
In order
enemies.
to understand this, we now say, "Oh my God, they were all dancing Jerusalem during the
After the
lockdowns,
dogs, it'll be humans.
dressed in yellow and blue. They were dancing
killer orders.
Jerusalem." The police in Ireland and in other
Because they've
countries
got away with
wearing
that.
a blue face mask and a yellow safety vest, or they had yellow shirt, a blue shirt on. They were Ukrainian flags dancing Jerusalem, and here we are back in Jerusalem. And the lyrics of that song are all about I'm going to die and I'm coming to heaven and going to die and all this stuff. Now it's the people, the truth will all say, "Oh, it's a psyop.
I'll have a quick
It's
shave
it's
in a
all
minute."
pre-predictive program." No, it's not, guys. It's not. It's sign. It's just like Confucius said: signs and symbols
the
rule
shop.
the world.
Feed the
And
dogs.
when you have the eyes, and then suddenly when I realised that this morning, I go up about 4 o'clock, and I realised that because it was keeping me up, keeping me
Still
worried.
recording? Yep.
And I go, "Oh my God,
I'll leave that recording while I go up.
yellow and blue, dancing to
Or
Jerusalem."
leave it uploading when I go
I
up.
suddenly felt a lot better about things, because now I had the esoteric framework, the occultic lexicon in order to tackle this stuff. And I know you guys are already out there doing this and some of this stuff, but this is the way to do it. And that takes you from being a participant either through telescopic philanthropy or telescopic psychopathy. What I mean by telescopic psychopathy are these people they're sitting here like in Dublin and they're going, yeah, kill them, yeah, blow them all up, or in London or whatever, and they're not actually there. They're, it's like the character Syme in George Orwell's 1984, and Orwell talks about, Winston Smith says he was otherwise a likeable fellow who had a propensity to become extremely sadistic whenever there was a talk of a helicopter gunship on some place or some attack on some village. Well, that's telescopic psychopathy. You're glorying in the slaughter of someone somewhere else that you have no skin in the game. You have no gin skin in the game. So when you discover this occultic lexicon and you understand now there's actually a link to this psyche, and of course the King in Yellow ties up in yellow safety vest and yellow, the yellow, remember the yellow vest and all that, and so many other things, and the COVID warning signs were all in yellow. That it's the universe saying to you, don't get involved directly because an evil demonic force is controlling you. You know, if you can't, that's just what right now. There's some force that's running it all. It's not human. Absolutely, it's not human, but it's there. And I think the King in Yellow thing finally did it for me because it's aristocratic. It's an aristocratic energy force, in that it passes on through its own, you know, bloodlines or plasma lines or whatever it uses to move on. But it's actually an aristocratic thing that thinks that human beings are below it.
There you go.
It's like serfs, like lower than serfs, maggots.
There you go.
This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're dealing with. So as soon as you enter into the game and step on that chessboard, either
Maggots
the black or the white
to be
square,
used as
you're automatically
fishing
feeding
bait
energy to this thing.
to catch
Starve
bigger
it.
fish.
And just by instantaneously having this occult lexicon and suddenly realizing,
Because it's all
okay,
a
now it's starting to make
profit-making
kind of esoteric
scheme.
sense, you find yourself feeling a
But
lot
the
better about
wrong
it.
profit.
And you're not. Then you go from being someone who's involved in either telescopic philanthropy or telescopic psychopathy, and you
'Cause
move on to
that's all
someone
about
who's in the front row
greed
watching.
and
You've
corruption.
got a front row seat to the greatest show on earth, and I don't mean that in a kind of like to play down the suffering of the people, but you do. You have the
Lovely
front row seat
caramel
to a
coffee
show
this.
that
on the
you're
press.
learning so much about
Better
yourself.
way of doing it.
So you remember that now. You
Less
remember that.
powdered processed
That-
crap.
What's going on out there is a reflection of what's going on in here. And now that we have the esoteric lexicon, the dancing Jerusalem, my jaw nearly hit the floor when I saw the Irish police in blue and yellow dancing to Jerusalem. Ironically, with the castle that Jimmy Savile stayed in the background. Oh, by the way, speaking of Jimmy Savile, I've been watching that show, The Reckoning, the BBC drama. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's like a gigantic ritual. Steve Coogan has literally channeled Savile. I could not even. There were times I couldn't tell the difference between the archive footage of Savile and Steve Coogan's portrayal. It's extremely disturbing. The part of the necrophilia part in the hospital in Leeds, it's the way it's done. They don't show nothing really, but it's enough. And the music is so haunting and gets right into you. But to see the age of some of the little boys and girls that are actually targeted, it's shocking. And the way he drove around
Be
the
like
country,
threatening
like
to sell a
suitor in
child,
van,
wouldn't it?
and then he's fondling disabled women and stuff like that in wheelchairs.
Right.
He wasn't human. He was a
Fucking
Jimmy Savile.
disgusting.
He was a gin. Something like that. And there's a part of me that thinks that this TV show, as good as it is, and I'm definitely watching it right through to the end, because I'm learning an awful lot from it, mainly the validation.
Notice he's
of my work
focusing on the
regarding
word
Savile.
gin.
Is that Savile may have been even Choronzon, and also, or he was some kind of super demon, and he may, Steve
What,
Coogan
some
might
sort of a
want to be
super
careful,
demon?
maybe a spiritual price to pay for him, because he's
Friends
literally
with the
channeling
king?
him, and it's giving the
Oh.
entity a chance to come back and feed a second time. So we have to be
Oh.
like, really careful.
So
with
that's
all
what
this
they're
stuff.
into.
But at the same time, too,
Using gin
it's riveting TV.
to build their
It's
temples.
appalling, but it needs to be
And
done.
their
I mean, some
system.
people said, why even bother? To me, it kind of.
Now
needs
you
to be
know
done.
why the Muslims
If
are
anything,
here.
and it's the BBC holding their hands up and says we fucked up, and that's important too. But
Yes, that was a
I
dog
highly
end
recommend it if you want to watch something
on my
that's
floor.
truly like.
that fell out
It'll
of
blow
my
your mind.
pocket.
That's the only
Because
way
I
to
always
describe The Reckoning.
chip the
It blows
end
your
out
mind.
and put
You
them in my
cannot
coat.